Right, good morning students. Let us continue the topic classification of elements based on electronic configuration. So last class we have started this subtopic classification of element based on electronic configuration. So based on electronic configuration, elements are classified into 4 blocks, that is one S block element. So this is we have completed. Next, second one P block element. This is also we have completed. Next, third one D block element and F block element. So D and F block element we have not studied. So in this topic, in this class, we are going to study D and F block element. Right. So before starting D block element, I would like to remind you what we have studied S and P block element. So in S block element, the definition of S block element is the elements in which differentiating electron enters into s orbital. It means the elements in which differentiating, what is the meaning of differentiating? Last incoming electron enters into s orbital. If the last incoming electron enters into s orbital, it is called S block. If the last incoming electron or differentiating electron enters into p orbital, called P block. So therefore, then we also studied that s orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electron. That means in s orbital there can be a maximum of 2 electrons. Therefore, s orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electron. Therefore, S block has 2 groups, that is first and second group. There are 2 groups, first and second group. First group elements are called alkali metals and second group elements are called alkaline earth metals. So why they are called alkali and alkaline earth metal we have studied in last class. Next, P block element. In P orbital there are maximum 6 electrons. 6 electrons can be accommodated in P orbital maximum. So therefore P orbital has, P block has, there are 6 groups, right? There are 6 groups in P block, that is from 13th group to 18th group. So this is also we have studied in detail. Next, we are going to study D block elements. Let us see what are D block elements and its properties. D block elements, like similar to S block and P block, definition of D block also same. The elements in which differentiating electrons enters into penultimate D subshell. It is not a simple D subshell, penultimate D subshell called D block elements. So therefore, the elements in which, take down notes, the elements in which differentiating electrons enters into penultimate D subshell. Penultimate D subshell called D block elements. Right. So what is the meaning of penultimate D subshell? Students, we have studied that atom has spherical shape. It is a nucleus. Right. It has spherical shape where first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, you can write, go on, right, number of orbits or shells. Then in an atom, the last orbit is called N, which is also called outermost orbit, right? This last orbit is a outermost orbit or outermost shell, outermost orbit, right? So last orbit is called outermost orbit, which is represented by N. Then from last to second one, it means this. From last to second one is called, it is a penultimate orbit. So this is represented with n minus 1. If it is n, it should be n minus 1. N minus 1. Next, from last to third one, which is called anti-penultimate orbit or shell, which is represented by n minus 2. So therefore, last orbit is a outermost orbit, it is nth orbit, or it is represented by n. Next, from last to second orbit is called penultimate subshell, penultimate shell or orbit, it is represented by n minus 1. Last to third one is called anti-penultimate shell, represented by n minus 2. Now come to definition. The elements in which differentiating electron enters into penultimate, it means n minus 1. Penultimate d subshell, right? It means the differentiating electron should be enters into, all right, here. The element in which differentiating electron enters into n minus 1 d subshell. If differentiating electron enters into n minus 1 d subshell, then it is called d block elements, right? In d block element, differentiating electron should be enters into not nd, it should be n minus 1 d subshell. Next, we know that d orbital can accommodate maximum of 10 electron, of course, d10. So d orbital can accommodate maximum of 10 electron. D orbital can accommodate maximum of 10 electron. Therefore, d block has how many groups? It should be 10 groups. Therefore, d block has 10 groups. It means in d block total how many groups? 10 groups. What are those 10 groups? That is from third group to 12th group, right? From third group to 12th group elements are d block elements. That is third, fourth, fifth, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, 11th, 12th. Okay, right. Take down. Right. So therefore, d block has total how many groups? 10 groups. Now, what are those? That is third group to 12th group. Then what is the general electronic configuration? It is also important. General electronic configuration of d block element is, it is n minus 1 d, 1 to 10. There may be 1 electron, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then ns or n minus 1 d and ns, it may be 1 to 2. Therefore, it is n minus 1 d, 1 to 10, then ns 1 to 2. So therefore, now this is the general electronic configuration of d block elements. ns 1 to 2, n minus 1 d, 1 to 10. Okay, then now we know that there are total 10 groups. Okay, we'll study all 10 groups later, but before that, let's say what are the properties, general properties of d block elements or characteristics of d block elements. What are the important characteristics of d block element? 1. See, all d block elements are metals. there is no single element is a non-metal. So therefore all d block elements are metals, they are having metallic properties, metals. Next 2. So d block elements are a metal. Of course we know that metals are good reducing agents. In generally metals are good reducing agents, therefore these are good reducing agents. What are reducing, what are oxidizing agents? We will study hydrogen topic. Next, other than this there are some more important properties of d block element. 1, here d block elements are metal of course, and they are reducing agents, and most of the d block elements are show color property. Therefore d block elements can exhibit or can show color property. It means most of the d block elements are colored in compound state, or even in elementary state also they are colored. For example, copper sulfate, you might have studied copper sulfate 5H2O. In copper sulfate 5H2O, this is a dark blue color solid, crystalline solid. So why it is a crystalline solid? Why it is a blue color? Because of copper. So this copper is a d block element. Therefore most of the d block element compounds are colored because of d block elements. So therefore they show color property, or they exhibit color property. Next, most of the d block elements can exhibit magnetic property. They have magnetic property. And next, 5th one, most of the d block element can form the complex compounds. They can also form complex compound. So what are complex compound? We will study later. We have in second PUC, even it is not their first PUC. You need not to bother about now. We just remember complex compound name. So therefore these are the some important properties. Even catalytic property also, they show catalytic property. D block elements are catalyst. So most of the d block elements are catalyst. For example, iron, you might have studied iron, nickel, right? So iron is a good catalyst in many reactions. You might have studied manufacture of ammonia by Haber process. There is one important method. Manufacture of ammonia by Haber process, iron is a catalyst. Nickel, platinum, palladium, you might have studied hydrogenation of oil, or even like oil converts into oil treated with hydrogen H2 in presence of nickel, platinum, palladium, it becomes fat or not? Even it is there in 10th standard also. So therefore oil converts into fat. It is called hydrogenation of oil, where nickel, platinum, palladium can be used as a catalyst. So therefore, these are the some general properties of d block elements. Then here we have studied that d block elements, d block contain, there are 10 groups. Let's see in detail what are the 10 groups of d block elements, right? So students take the notes. So that's what I have written clearly on board, just copy it, right? So d block elements contain total 10 groups. Let's see what are those 10 groups of d block elements. Right. So d block contain 10 groups, that is from 3rd group to 12th group. So 3 to 12, 3rd group to 12th group are d block elements. Okay, right. So what are the third group element? You know, we have studied in electronic in elements. D block element starts from scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. Right. So this is okay. Its atomic number is 21, 30. We have studied this. Right. Now here so this is a third group. It is fourth group. It is fifth. This is sixth group. This is seventh group. Eighth group. It is ninth group. 10th group. 11th group. It is 12th group. Right. So third group is scandium. Along with scandium there is a scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinum. So scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinum are third group elements. Titanium, zirconium, hafnium are fourth group element. Vanadium, niobium, tantalum. Chromium, molybdenum, tungsten. Manganese, technetium, rhenium. Iron, ruthenium, osmium. Cobalt, rhodium, iridium. Nickel, palladium, platinum. Next copper, silver, gold. Last one zinc, cadmium, mercury. Friends, so this table it's not required for PU exam, but it is very much important for NEET and JEE exams. Okay, so therefore you need to remember the elements in a group wise. It's very simple. If you practice, you can get it. Okay. Right. So therefore, third group to 12th group elements, these are called what? D block elements, no? So all these elements are D block element. So D block element has how many total groups? There are 10 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups. That is from third group to 12th group. Right? What are the third group element? Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinum. Right? You need to remember the names. Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinum. Third group. Fourth group, titanium, zirconium, hafnium. Okay. So here, what about this element? This element is it's man-made element. Man-made element. You need not to worry about this. Okay. its IUPAC name is there. How we have studied IUPAC name of the element more than atomic number more than 100. So therefore, here is IUPAC name comes. That you can write easily. Next is here fifth group. It is vanadium, niobium, tantalum. Sixth, chromium, molybdenum. W is a tungsten. Next, seventh, manganese, technetium, TC, technetium, rhenium. So iron, ruthenium, osmium, cobalt, rhodium, iridium, nickel, palladium, platinum, copper, silver, argentinum silver, gold. Next arum, that is zinc, cadmium, mercury. So these are the D block elements. Then D block elements are further classified into three types. Four series. Classification of D block element. D block elements. So D block elements are classified into four series. That is first one is 3D series, then second one 4D series, third one 5D series, and fourth one 6D series. Therefore, D block elements are further classified into four series: 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. In what basis? This classification is based on differentiating electron. If the differentiating electron enters into D orbital, which D orbital? 3D orbital, then it is called 3D series. If the differentiating electron enters into 4D orbital, it is called 4D series. If the differentiating electron enters into 5D orbital, 5D series, 6D orbital, 6D series. Then, now here, important is this. Scandium is there here, scandium to zinc. So this is a 3D series. Important. These are 3D series element. It means 3D series element start with scandium, ends with zinc. There are total how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are total 10 elements. So that is scandium to zinc. Next, 4D series. 4D series starts with yttrium, ends with cadmium. So therefore, this is a 4D series. Next, 5D series start with lanthanum and ends with mercury. Right? These elements are 5D series elements because differentiating electron enters into 5D orbitals. Next is 6D series starts with actinium. What is the ending element? There is no ending element. It is a incomplete series. Incomplete series. Do you remember, students, in modern periodic table, which period is incomplete period? 7th period. It means this is nothing but 7th period. If this is the 7th period, this is 6th period. It is 5th period. This is 4th period. Period is 4th, but 3D series. Don't confuse. Period is different and series is different. Okay. Therefore, the last one is 6D series.